So we've got some bad news for former Trump Chief of Staff Mark Meadows this week, as it appears that a while back, right, this is just now being reported, but apparently it happened a long time ago, one of Donald Trump's lawyers accidentally implicated Mark Meadows in the ongoing classified documents scandal. Not only did he implicate Mark Meadows, but this lawyer, who I don't know if he wasn't thinking, I don't know if he intentionally threw him under the bus or whatever, but it's not just implicated him, basically admits that Mark Meadows was an accomplice, or at least an accessory, to the potential crimes that may have been committed. Here's what happened. You had Trump attorney Patrick Philbin, according to the New York Times, who says that during talks that he had with the DOJ, or the National Archives, last September, so year ago, 13 months ago, I'm all screwed up on my dates here. 13 months ago, talking to the National Archives, and they're like, hey, Trump has documents, and Philbin's like, aha, but no, he doesn't, because Mark Meadows personally told me that everything Trump took was basically just newspaper clippings. So, oops, sorry, Meadows. Yikes, right? And of course, it turns out Philbin was lying about what Trump took, because it wasn't just newspaper clippings, as allegedly Mark Meadows had told Mr. Philbin there, but it was classified documents. So now begs the question, did Mark Meadows intentionally lie to Mr. Philbin, or was Mark Meadows lied to about what was actually leaving the White House? Given Mark Meadows' very close relationship with Donald Trump, not just as his chief of staff, but also as his buddy, you know, the guy that was kind of masterminding all of the let's overthrow the election results stuff, I don't think Donald Trump would have kept him in the dark about anything. So it's most likely that either Meadows lied to Philbin about what was taken, or Philbin lied about what Mark Meadows said had been taken. I don't think for a second that Mark Meadows didn't know that Trump was taking classified documents, especially now that we had reports out yesterday saying that some of the items that were taken from the White House were personally packed up by Donald Trump himself. Right? You can't even blame that on your aides. You can't say your staffers did it. You've now been directly implicated in the packing and literal stealing of these documents Trump has. So again, what did Mark Meadows know? What did he see packed away? Was it just the newspaper clippings? Or maybe, now that you think of it, did you see some classified documents in there? Because I think you probably saw some classified documents in there, if, of course, you did see anything that was packed up. So, what's the next logical step? Next logical step, of course, is to go ahead and ask Mark Meadows if he's willing to come and talk to the DOJ, and if not, go ahead and get ready a subpoena. But of course, all of that is probably months down the road, because right now we're still fighting legal battles about whether or not we can even have a special master. And then we got to go through the documents and yada, yada, yada before we can even start interviewing witnesses. I know we all want a quick resolution to this. I know I do. I know we all love to see criminal charges against Donald Trump. Majority of the country thinks the guy should be charged with something, whether it's the documents case, the New York case, the attempts to overthrow the election. But it ain't going to happen. I'm not saying he's not going to be charged. I wouldn't be surprised if he's not charged. But I'm saying if he is, it's not going to happen anytime soon. Right? It's going to take a while. Because as I said, Trump is actually trying to push back the appeal of the special master even being appointed till January of next year. So if that happens, if the judges entertain the motion he filed this week to do that, then we're not even going to get any kind of resolution on whether or not the special master can exist until January. Then at that point, then the document review begins. Once the document review has concluded, then we'll probably get to the point where people like Mark Meadows are going to have to come and answer some questions. And given the fact that at that point it will likely be at least a year and a half, possibly even 2 years past the time that Mark Meadows spoke with Mr. Philbin, you do run into memory issues. And unfortunately, the longer the time goes, the more likely it is that they'll be able to claim, oh, well, it's so long ago, I'm a little hazy. They can do that It may not always hold up, but sometimes it does. That's where the delay tactic comes in with Donald Trump's people. Mark Meadows is a key figure in this, and now we know that from one of Donald Trump's personal lawyers. We just have to wait and see how many months, possibly how many years, before the DOJ is even able to talk to Mark Meadows about what happened. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share, but again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.